I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles and Gentlemen Sports Cards, located at 204 East McGalley Road here in Muncie, Indiana. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit.
Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus 3 TCG, and we are with
Christopher Ayers.
Dude, yes.
With Trickstars.
This deck is very cool, man. I have not heard of what this deck can really do, and just a quick preview, Droll and Lockbird is really cool. So yeah, take it away,
The
man.
Droll and Lock combo is my favorite. Alright, so we start off the deck. 3, Candina. This card is basically Stratos. She does burn damage whenever your opponent activates spells and traps, but mostly she's just a searcher, and she's a fantastic card. 1800 beat stick, level 4, really just kind of your ordinary card. Yeah, get you into like rank 4 plays and stuff like that. Then you have 3, Lycris, MVP for the deck right here. She does all of your burn damage. Each time your opponent adds any card to their hand from anywhere, they take 200 damage for each card added. And that really stacks up. And then she can special summon herself from your hand as a quick effect. So you can dodge targeting and stuff like that. It's really good, 1600, level 3. Pretty basic stuff, but she is easily the MVP. She does all the work. So then there's 1 Lilybell. Should be playing her at 2. This card is kind of the underdog. She saves you so often. When she's added to your hand from anywhere once per turn, she special summons herself. She has an 800 body, which isn't much, but she can attack directly, and whenever she does battle damage, she adds a Trickstar from your graveyard to your hand, which is fantastic. Add her, special summon Lycris, do some loopy plays in the battle phase, and all of a sudden, that 800 damage becomes 4,000 really fast.
Jeez.
Then I run a little bit of a Wind Witch engine with 2 Ice Spell, 1 Glass Spell, and 1 Snow Bell. So it's not very big, and I find this engine to be alright. They do burn damage, which works along with it. They make the big monsters for you, as all the monsters in the main deck are pretty small, so you can't really get over anything, but they make your Crystal Wing, and it really helps you get around the problem cards. Then you have another card that could be considered MVP.
Gosh, seriously.
Droll and Lockbird. This card, I'll have to show you the loop, but this card is fantastic. I've gotten it off a few times at the regional just now, and every single time they're just mind boggled at how terrifying this card can be. I get price spiked recently because of it, and easily my favorite card in the deck. That's not a Trickstar.
Sorry it had to happen that way, Dominic.
Got 2 Ghost Ogre. It's hand trap, fairly simple, stops like diagram plays and stuff like that. Psychic, so tuner, so you can go into synchros with it. It comes into play occasionally. Then you have 2 Honest for basic. They're all light monsters, so you can beat over anything with an Honest. It's fantastic. Then there's the Field Spell, Triple Light Stage. Whenever it's activated, search any Trickstar monster from deck to your hand. It can stun back row till the end phase, and then destroys it if they can't activate it. And then it does bonus burn damage whenever your Trickstars do burn damage, which is amazing for this deck. Considering how many times they activate, this doubles everything you do. Then you have 3 Terraforming to go along with that. Self-explanatory. Triple Chain Summoning. This card is interesting. If it's activated on Chainlink 3 or higher, you get 3 normal summons, which is super simple. Candina is not a once per turn. So if you get this off by bouncing your Candina to your hand with Lycris, you can normal summon it, and then just keep looping your Candinas to search whatever you need in your deck.
Wow.
It's like Stratos all over again. It keeps coming
Very
back.
interesting.
Yeah. 2 Instant Fusion.
Didn't see it. Then I never thought I'd see this card again.
After Norden got hit, not a single deck run this card, but I still love this card. This is only for Theseus synchro plays, but it's saved me a few times. Brilliant. 2 Paw of Desires. You can run it if you want.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Draw power, draw power.
My friend ashed it the other day, and not fun.
Over.
2 Twin Twisters. You don't want to get solemned. Your Candina gets solemned and you're going to be in trouble. So you want to make sure you get the Spell Trap cards. 1 E-Telly. You can tone out your Ghost Ogre from the deck and then use it for synchro plays. And I really, really like this. I went into a Black Rose earlier, fantastic, and ended up blowing up my opponent's board. Super useful card. Then I have 1 Ragnarock, simple.
4 wipes.
Yep. Then 3 Trickstar Reincarnation. Ooh, this card makes the deck. This card plus Droll and Lockbird makes this. It rips out your entire opponent's hand, and we'll have to show you or something.
Yeah, definitely
because...
show after the profile, like no doubt.
Oh yeah. And then we have 1 disturbance strategy along with that. It's instead of, because Trickstar Reincarnation banishes your opponent's hand, and then they draw the amount. Disturbance strategy just shuffles it back and they draw the amount. It's all right. I want to run more of it because the Droll and Lock combo is amazing. Get it off more often. It's fantastic. 2 Blazing Mirror Force. It's the Mirror Force that does burn damage. This deck runs around burn damage, so why not? Fantastic.
Makes sense.
And 1 warning. I'm thinking about running strikes. It's a good idea. Warning's been doing well for me, so. So there's the main deck. Guess we can go into the extra deck, and then I'll have to show you the Droll and Lock combo. So we are running 2 Trickstar Holly Angel. She doesn't come into play very often, but whenever she does, she can be extremely nasty. Anytime a Trickstar is summoned to her link pointers, they take bonus damage, and she becomes stronger as you do more burn damage during that turn. So you can have her beat over like masterpieces if you really wanted to. And I have 1 Proxy Dragon. This is kind of for emergency plays. It protects the rest of your cards. Then you have 1 Sea Monster of Theseus. This is for the instant fusion. Lets you go into synchro plays. Got 1 Tornado Dragon for spell and trap destruction during either player's turn. 1 Castel. 1 Gaga Cowboy for extra burn damage. 1 Abyss Dweller for the Dino matchup. And then we're playing the Utopia package. Love this card.
Love it.
Then I have a Black Rose, 2 Winterbell, 2 Crystal Wing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
How the Black Rose work for you?
Any True Draco player can tell you that this is the bane of their existence. Anytime they have a big setup field with like 4 spells and traps and 2 or 3 tribute summon monsters and like a masterpiece or something, you fly this onto the board, and all of a sudden that entire setup board just disappears.
Did not matter. Amen to that. Well, yeah, if you want to show us that.
Yeah, that Droll and Lock combo.
I am super hyped about this.
So the Droll and Lock combo, you to get it off perfectly, you need 2 of these 4 and 1 Droll and Lock, or to get it off, you can get it off with 1 of these, but it's better to get off with 2 of these. So if you end your turn with the Droll and Lock bird in your hand, and then you have, let's say you have a set Reincarnation and a set Disturbance strategy. Whenever during your opponent's standby phase, they draw a card, and then you activate Trickstar Reincarnation. It'll banish their entire hand, then they draw 6. And in response to that action, you can actually respond with Disturbance strategy and then chaining Droll and Lockbird. What happens is Droll and Lockbird causes them to be unable to draw cards for the rest of the turn, and Disturbance strategy will shuffle their hand into the deck, but they can't draw because Droll and Lockbird has already occurred. So which means they have no hand, no field, no graveyard, no banish zone, no nothing. And on their first turn, they can't do anything. Next turn, you just OTK them.
Gosh, that is the coolest play.
And it is fantastic.
Ever seen, man.
I pulled it off a few times today. Every single time, they rather hate me or they just are mind boggled and they tell me how wonderful and interesting and fantastic this combo is.
That would have been my reaction. That would have been very cool. I would not mind losing that way to something that cool. But yeah, I really appreciate the deck profile.
Right.
Give us your name one more time.
Christopher Ayers.
Right on, man. Appreciate the deck profile. This is Alex +3 TCG signing out. Thanks for watching, y'all.